Hello. Hi, this is Nancy Reynolds, Stampin' with Nutsy. I set this up as a scheduled event. I don't see myself on my page. I'm wondering, I think it's going. It says it'll be live in 16 seconds. Cool. So, maybe I'm live now. This is really, really interesting. Oh, Diane, I'm so glad you can join on Fridays. Okay, I'm going to close my iPad down. No, my little laptop. If I closed my iPad down, we wouldn't be having a video because that's what I record on. Anyway, setting up an event to schedule it and have it go live at a certain time seems to actually work. I'm always glad when technology works. Well, let's do that. Yes, technology is always interesting. And like I say, I like it when it works. It frustrates me when it doesn't. So the last minute I got to thinking, is it really going to work? But it seems to, and I'm glad you're here with me, Gladys and Diane. Hi, Hillary. Good to see you. Good iPad. Good scheduling software. Oh, look who's come to say hello. Miss Susie Cute. I want you to know that she has been particularly energetic. Hi, Jan. Good to see you. She decided in the middle of the night last night that she was going to play parkour, jumping from the window that's over my bed onto me. And she didn't do it just once. She'd wait till I'd get back to sleep, and then she would do it again. And we just had such fun. And then she decided to knock my toothbrush was charging, and she decided to knock it off of the counter where it was sitting. So nice. She did not break it, and I'm glad. And she has just been basically obnoxious all day long. Can you believe that? That little face there? Ah, goodness. All right, down you go. Oh, I'm bouncing around over here. I wanted to show you a couple of things before we go down to the table. Stampin' Up! In honor of National Scrapbooking Day, which is tomorrow, is having a 2-day double reward event. This is something, of course, the reward program now is different, and it's been, we're just adjusting to it. So this is the first time they've had this event. So that is very exciting. I even put in a little order of a few things. I keep things in my cart that I know I'm going to need, and wait until I've got a bit to send it in. But now I don't have to wait till it's over $150 to send in and get rewards. So I'm happy about that. I hope you are too. Deceptively innocent, Hillary. Yes, that would be her. Or it could be that she's an orange cat, and we all know orange cats are a little bit weird. The other thing, I know. I'm going to show you something on the table. I think for demonstrators, oh my goodness, my mouth is not working. Creativity Now is coming. I think the last day to register is today. So if you haven't registered, do so. If you're on my team, we could maybe watch together. We could be together on Zoom and enjoy it. I know we're a little far away to actually be together physically. So let me know if you'd like that. Now, what else do I have? I think that's it. I think we're coming back to me. And we'll go down to the table in just a moment. I am figuring out, let's see. That's not it. Let's see if we can do this. You're watching without sound, Lori? I hope it's not because I'm quiet. Oh, Gladys signed up. You're welcome to join me in watching it and chat along while we make stuff together. I'm just going to be at my craft table. I am trying very hard to put me in the corner. And then I did it. I did it. I did it. Okay. It's going to work. Anyway, hope everybody's well. So far today, I have been drinking ice water, coffee, tea, and I decided that I didn't have time for breakfast. So I made a Premier Protein with a shot of espresso and some ice. And that was good. Let's see. I'm going to switch me down to the table because the annual catalog goes live in just a few days on the 6th. So I am excited about that. And so I just wanted to share that I'm excited. The other thing I wanted to share is that I earned the tracker, the tote, for April sales. So thank you all to everyone for helping me. And it does somewhat help that was the pre-order for the new catalog and the new online exclusives. Gave me a good start, so that was nice. The other thing I've done is I've got cards to give away to Hillary, to Luann Mosler, to Robin Charvat, and to Cindy Walker. And those are from Facebook and YouTube, chatting and sharing. I always appreciate that because the more we chat, the better it is since we are the algorithm on Facebook. You know, it just does its thing. It's a different algorithm on YouTube, and it does its thing. So it's nice to, you help me when you chat with me, and you help me when you share the video. So thank you so much. Okay, what are we going to do today? What? We're going to start with the card. Now, for my customers, this is what we did at their customer appreciation event Monday. This is the most fun card. It was inspired by somebody who I don't remember right now. This is the very new Pretty Florals paper. Let's see. I have it right here. I've got the kits already made up for next week to see who gets them. It's Florals in Bloom. And the colors are Bubble Bath, Cloud Cover, which is one of the new ones, Darling Duckling, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Secret Sea, Shy Shamrock, Strawberry Slush, Summer Splash, and Timid Tiger. And of course, I don't have enough of the papers for everyone to get the same card because I've used them quite a bit. But I do have it all nice, and one of you will get a different ribbon. One of the winners is going to get the gold striped ribbon. I ran out of the iridescent ribbon. Would have been nice if I had thought about that and put it on my order today, wouldn't it? But I didn't. Okay, so we're going to use this gorgeous paper and we're going to make an accordion fold. So what we need, let's put this up here with its little envelope. Here's my ribbon. We're going to use the Rhinestone Basic Jewels, sorry. The sentiment comes from the Sweet Blooms stamp set. It's new, so it'll be in the catalog. I believe it's on the catalog and not. I think all the cards are going to be great. As a matter of fact, the person who didn't get Petunia Pop color on Monday night was okay with that. Hi, Luann. You get a card. I am a card kit. I announced your name. Textured notes. I didn't use the stamp set. I did use the dies. I love these dies. I would be okay if these never went away because you know how sometimes dies that are really interesting, you have all those little pieces to pop out? No pieces to pop out. It just comes out beautifully. Sometimes I like easy. What about you? Do you like easy? This is Pretty Florals. So this is the stamp set that goes with the paper in the suite. And we're just going to use a flower. And I'll show you a little technique for getting one flower when there are 3 on the stamp. Here is, and you can see the difference, This is the gold striped, and this is the iridescent stripe. So it's a little wider. To me, it looks a lot the same. This has got a little more gold in it, whereas this one might be more of a multicolored iridescent. But I also see gold in it. Anyway, I like it. I think you will be happy. Oh, you're getting another one, Luann. You just won this morning. So I've got it ready to go into the mail for you. Well, almost ready to go in the mail. Here are stamps we're using. I'll get those out. And since my card is Strawberry Slush, we're going to get out Strawberry Slush ink. So here's what we've got. You will find, I'm using a larger envelope for yours. So your Accordion Designer Series paper is going to come to you like this in flat. It was very confusing when I tried to send it in a regular envelope. I had them in that for, some staple die sets that are always here. Yes. I do love stylish shapes, but I do like the rectangles too. So I hope they keep it. That was upside down. The paper is dimensional. So basically what it is, this is 4 inches by 12 inches, and it's scored at 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches, and 9 inches, which leaves you 3 inches on each end. And the first and the last of this accordion are valley folds. So you're just going to accordion it up like this. Give it a good burnish. I've actually been burnishing this. I think I burnished each little one individually, front and back, just to make sure it's going to lie as flat as possible. Strawberry Slush, 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Some more Strawberry Slush and some basic white, and this is our sentiment backing, and this will be our sentiment. Can you see how much detail there is around those edges? Let's see if I can. There, that's better. So pretty. Then we have a 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 piece of basic white, which is going on the inside, because as you might guess, we don't have much room. Now what you could do, if you wanted to do a 4 by 5 1/4, if you wanted to write more, you could certainly put it on the back. But for today, we're just going to go with this. And for the front, again, watch your direction for the paper. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. This is a really cool paper. And directional paper is not always my first choice, but I like this paper. I like the new colors. It's really easy to use. We are just going to start with getting rid of a couple of our pieces of paper, and you will be surprised at how easy this is. It is amazingly easy. So let's just put a little bit of glue on our piece that goes on the front, making sure it's going the right direction. Now you could take this up a notch by putting a piece of maybe a backing and making this just a little smaller. That would be pretty too. Now here we go. Opening it up and getting stuff out of my way here. I want to be able to move it around, so I'm using my liquid glue. Although it is warm and sunny today. It is amazing up here. It's gorgeous. So I am just going to take this and I'm going to leave a normal margin along the sides. Put it down. Oh, I moved it. So it's liquid glue, kind of a love-hate. I love it because I can adjust it. And I hate it because sometimes when I'm moving things around, I mess them up. I know. Strawberry Slush is pretty. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a returning in color. So just give it a moment, give it a little back rub. Because now what you're going to do is you're going to fold it up. And mine was not exactly scored perfectly. So there's a little bit of an edge, and that's okay. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything. And no one's going to notice. So I'm folded it up my accordion. It's all laying nice and flat. Put on my liquid glue. And then I'm going to take this and fold it over. And then one reason we're doing this is I am just going to give it a back rub. I don't want it getting messed up. So I'm going to just rub this in. And then I am going to set it aside. We're going to use a punch on the next project, so I'm going to put the punch on top of it and set it over here. And just let that really set up, because I don't want to be opening it and closing it and messing it up. Oh, Gladys, it's sunny, but only 57. We are supposed to get into the 70s. I don't know if we have yet, but it is gorgeous out, and the wind has stopped blowing, and my wisteria, I'll have to take a picture for next week, and we'll compare it this week with next week's live, because my wisteria is amazing, and it is starting to bloom out. I can see a little bit of lavender haze, so I'm excited about that. Yay. Next, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I have found that I don't always need to have my Stampin' Pierce mat if the sentiment is small, but just to be on the safe side, because as soon as I say that, don't you know what's going to happen? It's going to mess up. And I didn't cut an extra one of these for myself. So, some of the new ones don't pop quite as open. They will when they loosen up. So here we are. We'll just get this all inked up. Just tap, tap, tap. You make me smile. And the nicest thing about photopolymer is you can line it up a little bit better than the rubber stamps. You make me smile. We'll set that aside for right now because I want to show you what I'm going to do on the little one. Instead of Strawberry Slush, though, it's such a strong, well, we'll use it. It's a strong color, but we'll use it. So what I like to do is if I just want this one detailed stamp, and I like to do the dark first so then I can see where to put the lighter one, because I use first generation ink for the detail, and then I do second generation for the background. And all I do is I line it up on the corner, being careful not to get ink on any of the other pieces. So here we are. Let's put this right here. There we go. Isn't that cute? Just a cute. I just thought that the white, it needed something. And then I do the same with my background, but this one I will stamp off. And then that looks about right. I did have it at an angle, so let's see how that looks. Well, I didn't quite get it lined up right, but I'm close. Close enough. Because remember, 72 in Tacoma, Shirley. That's good. Ooh, blackberry lemonade sounds wonderful. Yum. I could have at least gotten some iced tea today. All right, here we go. This is how easy this card is. put together, folds flat, goes in an envelope. We will just take and use our seal. I have a few refills of Seal left, although I prefer Seal Plus. So I keep putting those in, trying to use them up. Well, that's a good story anyway. It's actually, the real reason is because I went to grab my Seal Plus and I grabbed Seal instead. Because I wanted to have one each. Oh, I got ink on it. I must have had ink on me. That's where you pull out your lovely little sand eraser. It's pretty light. And now it's even lighter. Try the other end. There we are. Sand eraser to the rescue. And this folds back up. We are going to put on our ribbon next. Oh, I didn't even pick it up in my hand. This is so pretty. I love this ribbon. And I am just going to take and run some seal right here. Because I want this to zigzag kind of. So there we are. I may cut the ends off. I will cut the ends off. I cut those a little generously. Look what I found today. You didn't even know they were missing, but I found my ribbon scissors. Actually, I'll cut this off here because it's in the way, but then I'll make them a little shorter. We're going to just flat adhere our sentiment. So what stories do I have? I'm going to tell you that this has been a week. As I told you last week, my little bathroom off the family room had a flood on Wednesday, and we had to fix it, or turn the water off and then mop it all up and put a fan in, try to get the moisture out. And my handyman, Zane, was able to come on Monday. I'm looking for my dimensionals here. He came Monday, and I was at Costco, and he told me to buy some vinyl planking. So planks, but made of vinyl that's 100% waterproof, which, may I say, seems to me to be a really, really good idea for a bathroom. Okay, let me cut an edge off. This is going to also give a little extra hold to the ribbon, but it'll also be on the cards, the designer series paper, so it will stay down. Let me take those off. See how close I am to finishing off my one page of dimensionals? I get so excited when I get to finish one off. And we're just going to put this down kind of in the middle of the card. Now I know where I want to trim. I'm leaving that one. And we need some bling. Now, I know it's awful, but there is no Wink of Stella on this. And if you wanted to, and maybe we should on this one, because it's just wrong. Anyway, my bathroom is fixed. I had to run and buy something. There was a little mold starting, so he took care of that. The flooring is down. The leaks are fixed. Excuse me. And all is good in the bathroom. It does not match the flooring in the family room, because the flooring in the family room has got a lot of shine to it. Wonder if I can add a picture while I'm live. Let's see. So I'm going to show you if I kept, I did. There it is. Sorry about it being a picture of the toilet. But so here's the floor. We see that nice, bright, shiny, warm wood. That's the laminate that is not waterproof. And then the one in the bathroom there is the vinyl that is waterproof. And since the door is closed most of the time, it's not that big a deal. So that's one of my stories for this week. Oh, sorry. The other story is, while they were here fixing it, his wife, Nicole, who was a vet tech, she came in, and while I was out buying things, she was here, and she likes to kind of, she loves dogs, and she loves Harley. Well, who couldn't? Who doesn't love Harley? Anyway, she was kind of petting him, and she said she always does like a little cursory check, and she looked in his mouth. Turns out he had a broken tooth. It was a premolar on the left side. I get points for remembering that, by the way, because I was able to tell the vet. I made an appointment for him. He had his tooth out on Wednesday, and he is doing well. And then, let's see, last night I was going out to meeting, and I was putting the garage door up, and I heard this huge, huge thunk. And so I went and looked, and I watched it raise, and it was wiggling. The part that attaches the garage door was just wiggling up and down. And it's not supposed to do that. And then I took a close look, and the screw that holds the garage door lifting mechanism to the garage door totally 100% pulled out. And it was hanging on because, I don't know, there was like a little strip of something that was wood that was pulling off, and it was still attached. So I picked a flower, and I'm just right now making it a little sparkly. So we have some sparkles on the card because it's just wrong not to have sparkles. Looking for my gems. Here they are, the rhinestone jewels. And I'm going to put 3 of those on. The 3 that are left on this little card. One of the things that jewels do is they help set off your image and call attention to your focal point. So I think that's what we're going to do right here. You're right there. And then I'm going to put a little one here because that's what's left on my page. And there's our card. I'm not going to do the envelope because as I go back to the garage door, Zane and his wife are out of town for about 10 days. And because of that, so I asked someone at my meeting last night, he's also a handyman, and he is coming. When I'm done with this live, he will be here. So we're going to kind of hurry us through just a little bit. So I won't do the envelope, but you know that I just take a piece that's 2 3/4 inches by 5 and almost 5 3/4, just a smidge more. I turn my paper on its side, I glue it down, rub it down, and then cut off the end and put it on the front. So that's what I will do at another time. But that is our first project. I know it's unusual for me to have 2 projects. I'm just going to pop things in the box here. Now, I will be very klutzy with this because I was very klutzy when I made it, and I've only made it once. But I love... Yes, Gladys, it has been a week. It has been a week. Well, hopefully you... Oh, and I wanted to tell you, there's something a little extra that's coming with this. I did PDFs for Monday night, so I did tutorials, and my printer went a little crazy and stopped printing, and then when it started again, it started printing at 0. So I have lots of tutorials, and so I am including them with the kits when I mail them next week. It's a fun card. and really easy. So here's the little purse. I love this little purse. Now, I have not finished it. And so I'm going to let you finish it. It just needs a little sentiment, maybe a bow, and a couple more gems, which I could put on because I have them right here. I used the sparkle gems. I was glad to see these continuing because I like them. So I did one large one for the clasp, and I can put 2 down here. Makes a little triangle. Now, the one we're going to make today has a little bit of an adjustment. I decided that it didn't have the hexagon punch out. Not exactly sure where it is. It's hiding somewhere from me. It's discontinued, but retired. But, you know, I keep some of mine. And so I was going to pull it out because it's the right depth. This is a little long, so I did a little something on the scoring because I don't care how far it goes in the back. I just wanted a little shorter in the front. And look, it's got magnets. They're very strong magnets, and I worried about sending them in the mail. How about I turn it like that? One like that, one like this. So this is made by Jan Bassett, and she ever so kindly put in the directions, which was very good. So we're kind of starting from scratch, except that this is what I did. I also thought it needed something more. So I put through the embossing folder, the eyelet 3D embossing folder, which I really like. Matter of fact, it's probably my favorite. It's my go-to. These are the magnets I bought. And I bought some glue dots that are ultra thin, but I thought they were too big in diameter. And so I went back to the regular Stampin' Up! Glue dots. But I'm not sending magnets in the mail because I was worried about it being a big bulky spot in the card since so much is going. So I put in Velcro dots for you. Anyway, so I did just make my score line a little bit in, instead of in half, I moved it in, what, 1/4 inch? And folded, and I think I like the way it's going to go over better. We have 2 pieces of the pool party, and it is 3.5 inches by 1/2 inch scored at 1/4 inch. So I just took a longer piece of paper and I put it in 1/4 inch, scored it, and then cut it for at the 1/2 inch. So it was really pretty easy and quick to do those. You know me, I do like quick and easy. Okay, setting this apart and bringing over, I was going to take it off so there's no shine on it. Here we have the All Folds gift bag. Let's see, I have more things to put over here. So I've got room. So I want to bring in we don't need to look at that anymore. My trimmer. And we're not trimming, we are just scoring, and I'm only going to do a couple of score lines. So as you can see, we want, did I do 7/8 of an inch? It says score at 7/8 of an inch on the short end. So that means your long side is going to be in. I did do 7/8 of an inch because I can follow directions on occasion. And remember when you're scoring your designer series paper that you're going to want to be careful because designer series paper is not as strong and sturdy as cardstock. And it rips and tears very easily. So use a gentle hand. You don't have to press way down, although sometimes I wish I could because they're hard for me to see. On the other side, we are going to score it at 1.5 inches and 2.5 inches. So there's 1.5, and here's 2.5. And then I am going to do the rest of the folds, and this folding and scoring without the scoreboard. But I am going to do some burnishing because we want, I didn't do that on the first one, and I think that's one reason I was having a little problem with it. Excuse me. So, this side, the scores lines are going to meet. And I'm purposely doing it from this side because I can see it better. So I'm just going to fold them together on all 4 corners. I will burnish those in a minute because they're actually going to fold out instead of in. But again, this was easier. And sometimes you just need easier. I also found that I did fuss around with them a little bit just to make sure they were fine, but also because I am not perfect and my eyes are not perfect. And sometimes I don't see what I need to see. And it has to be fixed. So here we go. These are the cutest purses. I agree, Hillary. Jan is amazing when it comes to the 3D stuff. And while I enjoy it when it's done, I am not amazing at 3D things. Unless it's something 3D on a card. Oh, because now that's going the wrong way. So let's just do it both ways. And this one needs to go out. And we'll do this. You could, in the middle of this, make a little score line if you wanted to, but I didn't find that I needed to. There. This one's off just a hair. So I am going to just show you the idea is this comes out like this. This glues here and this glues here. So I am going to take a little bit of tear and tape. There it is. Those ends, when I actually tear it, just annoy me. So we'll put a little tear and tape here. And cut it here. And this one will go like this, and this folds in, so I'm going to put it here. I'm rather visual, so I have to sometimes just watch it where it's folding. You'd think I could remember that it goes at the top, but I obviously don't. So this one's going to go like this. I'm stuck to the tearing tape. So we can just do this right here. And one more. And if I've done it wrong, it's okay. Tearing tape's a good thing. It'll just be doubly reinforced. Okay, there we are. Tearing tape put away. I'm getting out glue dots because you know another really strong glue are glue dots because they're made with glue. Let's take one. See how it's going to go. We're going to put that down. Take this one off. Fold it up. So here you've got your little, see how well nicely that does? We're going to glue this down. I'm just going to press right there and pretend that's a score. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I don't know that I'm making it look easy. I think Jan would make it look really easy. And so this goes in, and that goes out. Goes like this. And one last to do. May I say that it is going much smoother the second time than it did the first time. Considerably smoother. Picking up some of this little, all these little bits from backings. They get everywhere. Okay. And this goes in. And so now we've got that on both sides. We'll just kind of pretend that's there. Kind of put it together, push it in, and there we have our purse. How's that? But we need to adhere this down. And so that's what I use the glue dots for. I tried glue. I had it all over myself, the table and the project. So I decided a glue dot would be fine. Put one there. And that's probably in just a little too much. But it doesn't really matter. It's still going to work. Okay. The next glue dot. So I find that I love getting the gel nails. I love that they're pretty and sparkly. But may I say that anything glue sticks to them. I wear glue dots. Once glue gets on them, it takes a little bit to get it off. I am going to even that up a little bit better. And that's what I did, I just fussed with it a little. There. Okay, there's that side. And then we'll glue dot this side. Let's see, it's 2:44, which means I think we're going to get done in time. Wouldn't you know that Colby texted me and said he'd like to come at 2 today? And I told him 2 o'clock is my Facebook Live. So he is adjusting his schedule. Okay, there we are. We've got this cute little purse. And as you might remember, this one's got it. It holds a lip balm. So now we need to put our edges on. The top. I really did mean, in case I had a little cutting error, I really did mean to make it longer than 3.5 inches for you, but I did not. I forgot, but it was a great thought because I figured you could just cut it off then at the end. Let's give it just a hair more on that side. So I was thinking about you. I tried to make it easy because it would be easy just to take your snips and just snip that little bit off if I'd made it a little longer, but I did not. Let's get that spread out a little bit. And it goes on the other side. It's a nice finished edge. I like that. Now this one might actually be a little longer. Turn it around and face it to myself, and that would make way more sense. Okay. It's a minute to set up. I do have Happy Mail I'd like to show you, but I don't think there's going to be time today. But I did want to do both of these projects. And I knew that the card would be really quick. So now you can see what I mean by, I just made this a little shorter. So we've got a little less of a clasp in the front. And I really like having it with the embossing folder. We've stepped up our purse. And I decided that I was going to use glue, and I didn't want to wait for it, which is not unusual for me. Okay, this is why it gets torn. I just wanted this, normally I would use glue because this is embossed, but I think we'll be okay with it on the embossing because I put a lot on for the back. Burnish that down a little bit without doing it so hard that I ruin my embossing folder work. There's 1 and 2 and 3. See, I can count all the way to 3. And then I put the front down where I wanted it. Kind of line things up and push the back down. And let it open up so I can just make sure that's adhered. Here's this. And now we need a set of magnets. This is what happens. These are strong magnets. They really are not the easiest thing to work with. So there's a set. And on this, getting them apart and back in flat so it closes is a challenge. There, I did it. See? Flat. Good thing. I'm going to take those magnets, which I put down and have no idea where they went. Did they hook onto the others? Well, that's not fun. Let's do this again. Okay, we'll get 2 more out. They are together, or they were together. And that's one thing you need to be careful of, is that, oh, there they are. They hooked on through the plastic. I'll fix that later. They will repel from one direction. I even have another one. Okay, I'm going to leave them together. I know the polarity is correct. So, I think I used the right word, polarity, for that. I'm going to put one on here. And then I will... So instead of using the normal Take Your Pick tool, I pulled out my old Take Your Pick tool, which I have loved and still use. But I do love the new one too, and it's got other things that it does than this one didn't. So there we are. We're pulled off. We're stuck to my finger. I'm going to put this right here, which is pretty much in the middle. Close this up, put it down, and hold it for a bit. And I'm just going to let the glue dot kind of sit there for a moment. Look. Isn't that nifty? So they're cute little magnets. They're those rare earth magnets. If you want to know where they're at, let me know. I could probably put them in the description. The link. I, of course, got them on Amazon. We love Amazon at this house. Harley gets his chewies from there, which he cannot have for the rest of this week. He has to have 5 days of soft food, which he is not objecting to because I got him some. It's not a freeze-dried. It's an air-dried fresh food. So I think he is really enjoying it. I mix it with water, and it looks just like stew. Yep, bottom of the container, I tell you. So there we are. We've got our third little purse. And again, it just needs to be decorated a little bit, one way or the other. I see my clasp is a little off, and we're not going to worry about that at this point in time anyway. So in the kits for next week, I've got the cards and I've got the little purse. It's all cut. The purse stuff is in a clear plastic envelope. So I hope you enjoy it. And I think it's 2:53, so he should be here very soon. And I think I probably should be at least not alive. Well, not live on Facebook or YouTube when he comes. I'm glad you like the embossing, Hillary. I'm just going to peek through. I know I missed some comments, but I will go through this when I get back. Robin Charvette, if you see this, and I am going to send you a message, just wanted you to know that that I've got that card to send to you, but I'm not sure I have your address. And I think that's it for today. So I'm going to say, have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for the thoughts for my garage door. I really like my garage door. And he said he was pretty sure he could fix it. So I'm going to just believe that it'll be just fine tonight. Anyway, have a great weekend, and I will see you all next week, next Friday. Until then, happy crafting, my